Hey everybody, welcome back to Castle Farms Homestead. It is another exciting, wonderful day. Okay, it's not so exciting nor wonderful. It's a windy, cold day, but we've got a project to get done here, and so regardless, I got to get on it. So here's what we're doing. So you can see the solar mount there in the background. This area right here is where the trailer was sitting before we moved it. And so we had septic hooked up so we could hook the trailer up, and septic ran right over to there. So, but now that we're bringing in the expandable house, our little cottage, we are going to have to move the septic or run the septic down to that end of where the trailer's going, or the trailer. We moved the trailer of where the little cottage is going. So right now I've got the backhoe out here and I'm digging this up here so that I can start a new connection down that end down there and run it all the way back that way. The reason I'm digging this up is because when we did this, we ran it fairly steep back here, and that didn't matter for where it was going. But since we have to go so much further down there, I can't keep it that steep and then be able to run it back there because it'll get too high up on the ground. You got to keep a certain slope. Oh, there goes a little tumbleweed. Got to keep a certain slope on it, and we'd be popping out of the ground as we're getting down there. So I'm starting it again back here. We'll run a new line back to the back, but right now I've got to dig this old one up and figure out what supplies I need to get it out here. We are back at it, trying to get this septic put in so we're ready for the expandable house to come. And so far we've dug out we kind of did a little different method this time that we didn't do before. When we were putting the septic in for the fifth wheel before, we kind of laid out the pipe, and as we were laying out the pipe, we tried to grade it how we need it to be. This time we took a little different approach. We dug it out first, and then we used the laser level to go through and mark the depths and go ahead and we packed it down at the proper depth. You'll catch my shadow there. But then we just so it kept raising. Now you'll see at the end down here, we actually are up above ground level, which initially I thought that we would be right about ground level itself, which was fine because we're building a platform. We're going to cover that in down there and it'd be fine. And it still is. It's just a lot higher than I thought because I didn't anticipate, I wasn't thinking about the drop in our property there. And it drops about 5 inches from one end to the other. And so it's a little higher than we anticipated, but we're still building that up to be about a foot above that, so it'll be good. So now we got all the pipe laid out and we're ready to just put it in. nice thing is we should be able to just lay this pipe out and it will be at the proper level.
Yep. I had to dig out a little bit around this pipe just so the coupling could fit all the way over it, but that should be the only digging or anything that we have to do.
Just do a 45. Another, I think it's just a straight 10-foot section there, 45 and on out. So because we're not exactly sure where we're going to be connecting onto that end piece down there, so I was going to buy a cap for the end, and we'll just cap it, and then they'll all be buried and everything. And then once we get the house in, then we could just dig up there where we need to and connect it. But I forgot to buy a cap, so I did buy extra pieces because I've learned my lesson. Buy more than you think you'll need, and so I bought more connectors, more 90s, 45s, and full pieces of pipe. So I'm going to use a 90 and just stick it on, not going to glue it, just stick it on facing down, and then that will protect the pipe from getting a bunch of dirt in it, and we can go ahead and bury it and we'll be good. So that's the plan. All right, now that we've got all the pipe in there, we'll clean the excess stuff up around there, and we're going to start backfilling. You see all this dirt back here? That is all going to be used to create this platform that we're going to put the house on. So that's why we are okay with the pipe coming up even above ground level a little bit, because we're going to build it up. This end down here that we're at right now, it's going to be probably 16, 18 inches high on this end and about a foot or so down there. So we're going to put dirt down first. That's what this pile is back here. Fill it with dirt, and then we're going to go on top of that with a mix of rock and dirt and pack that down. And then on top of that whole thing, put like some gravel, 1 inch minus or something like that on top of that, and pack that down. And I think that'll be a good surface for the house to sit on. I thought I'd kind of show you what I've been doing here on this pad. Earlier this year, I had a bunch of dirt brought in here because I knew I was going to have to be creating this pad. With we're in the low area of this valley, and it can get some water down here. And so I wanted to make sure that I'm elevated above where the water would come. So earlier this year we had a significant rainfall, heavy rain, and we got in certain areas on this property 3 to 4 inches of rain, or of water coming through, and not in every place, but so just to be safe, I wanted to get this pad elevated at least a foot off the ground. And plus our lot slopes. It feels very flat, but it actually does slope here. And so I have been taking dirt from that pile, putting it here on the pad, trying to get as close by eyeball as what might be level. Let's show you what I've done. And while I'm showing you this, you're gonna see all this smoke. We're getting smoked out a bit because Brady's been doing some watering while I've been working on this pad. And while he's watering, rather than just standing around, he's burning some tumbleweeds. So anyway, here's the pad. The lot slopes down this direction. So we've taken it and built it up higher down at this end. And then, like I said, by eyeball, as best I can, I've just been pulling that dirt and dragging it, trying to level it out. We do have a laser level that we will use here eventually to really get this down. But right now we want to be close before we bring in some rock and dirt mixture and all. So these stakes that you see here and two on the other end are marking approximately the boundaries of where the house is going to go, 20 by 40. And so I have extended this pad out a little bit on this end because that septic that we brought out is going out beyond, and then it's running here. And so I am going to, where all the connections are on in the house, I'm going to build out a little bit of a room around it so we can insulate it well, so the water pipes and all that are coming in there and the septic and all won't freeze. Also, I built out the pad a little bit this way because we are planning on, because it's a small house and we'll probably be in it for, I'm going to say 2 years while we're building our house. So we want a little more storage. So right next to the house here, I'm going to go ahead and build a shed out here for like a big pantry and storage area, just for things for the house. So we're building that out as well. Otherwise, outside of here, then I'm going to slope it away from the pad. I have been thinking about, and I haven't decided yet, maybe you can put in the comments what you think I should do on this end down here. Because it's so tall, I could just go ahead and slope that down here. That's definitely a possibility. Or I could put in some like 6x6 timbers and create a retaining wall along here to just have it stop. I haven't decided. Let me know what you think would be better. Same thing on this side over here. We are planning on doing a little enclosed area out here, kind of a yard, so we have a place to contain the dogs. We'll put in a dog door and let them be able to go in and out as they want to. They'll be happy to be able to get outside and see people, and we'll be happy that we're not running around the property and possibly being coyote food. So we will have a little bit of yard out this way, but that is our septic right here too. So our septic field runs right here, the edge of it here, and then it runs out this way out here. So that's got to be considered, although it doesn't matter if we bring some dirt out here. Definitely, because that would be good actually, so that no standing water will get over our septic field. So that would be good. But so that's it. It's coming along. Pad's looking pretty good. I'm happy so far. I don't know how far off my eyeball is, but I'm sure it's off a bit. So that's it. The pad's coming along really nicely. I really like where it's going. We'll see when we get the laser level out how good my eyeballs are. I'm sure it's off. but that's all right. We'll be able to make those adjustments. Once we kind of get that where it's at, like I said, then we're going to bring in a load of dirt and rock mix that we'll pack into there, and that will help to stabilize that. And then on top of that, I'm planning on doing a smaller, finer gravel dirt mix as well. And should really set that so that that pad is good and hard, and the house will hopefully not sink into it. That's the plan anyway. Keep our fingers crossed. I don't know about you guys, but we are super excited about getting this house in. Let us know what you think. Is this a good idea, or are we being stupid trying to bring in a stinking expandable house from China? I think it's going to be great. It'll really be a nice addition here and get Bobby out here. So let me know what you guys think. Also, there was something else I was going to say, and I forgot. I just remembered what I was going to say. Unfortunately, we're excited about getting this thing in, and it was supposed to arrive today in Long Beach and then be shipped out within about a week here to Salt Lake City. So it'd be coming right away. I guess in some ways that might be a good thing that it's now delayed. Of course, everything takes longer, right? So, but I can't believe how much it's delayed. Apparently it's still supposed to get to Long Beach today, but now it is going to get to Salt Lake on the 18th of January. That's crazy. Anyway, maybe it's a good thing, because like I said, everything goes slower than anticipated, and we still have a lot of work to do. Not that we couldn't be doing it when it gets here. I think I can get this pad ready for it anyway. So, but that's, wait. Brady's been watering and making me smell smoky. So now when I go, I'm actually going to a concert tonight with Bobby, meeting her in Provo for a concert, and I'm going to get there and smell like smoke.
Like a delicious smoked meat. Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for today.